I have absolutely zero awareness. I fell asleep in class and bumped into my school bully deskmate. He mocked me coldly. My arm must be so hard to sleep on. Huh? Why don't you just sleep on my shoulder instead? So I leaned on his shoulder and slept through the whole class. Thanks. You're such a good person. I was daydreaming, staring at the school bully's abs for over a minute. He sarcastically said, had enough of looking? Want me to let you touch them? I happily rushed over. Well, don't mind if I do. I've had 3 different desk mates. My first was the top student, Ethan, ranked number 1 in our grade. He looked cold but was actually very helpful. For example, he glanced at the red X's on my test paper and asked with a cold laugh, seriously? You can't even do such simple problems? I sincerely nodded. Yeah, you're so smart. Could you teach me? A top student like you obviously loves helping others, even analyzing your underachieving desk mates' test papers. Ethan reluctantly explained the problems to me. When it got difficult, I kept not understanding. Do you have some kind of brain disorder? Ethan got frustrated. Are you doing this on purpose? I was thrilled. How did you know my name is Emma? You even investigated that I had ADHD mixed with Asperger's as a kid. You care so much about me. You wouldn't have a crush on me, would you? Then with a shy face, I stomped my foot and punched him, knocking him down. The teacher said no dating. Ethan just rolled his eyes at me. I asked with concern, do you have dry eye syndrome? Why do you keep rolling your eyes? Should I recommend an eye doctor for you? The next day, I got a new desk mate. My second desk mate was the school heartthrob. His family was very wealthy, named Jake. Though he was handsome, he always looked down at people. Little thing, you deliberately annoyed Ethan away so the teacher would arrange for me to be your desk mate, just to make it easier to gold dig, right? I said honestly, no, I didn't. Humph, faker. He snorted through his nose again. What era is this? Still wearing faded jeans, pretending to be a poor little white flower? That's so outdated. I'm not falling for your act. I honestly confessed. I'm not pretending. My family really is poor. Jake glanced at my snacks and finally believed me. Even if you're poor, you shouldn't eat knockoff food, right? Want me to be generous and let you taste what the real thing is like? My eyes lit up. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. You're such a good person. Jake went to the convenience store and bought me a big bag of snacks. Classmates whispered, the new girl is amazing. She got the heartthrob in just one day. My mom bought me a t-shirt at the farmer's market with a horse riding Hello Kitty on the front. When Jake saw it, he said it hurt his eyes. Emma, if you want to wear matching outfits with me, at least buy a decent knockoff, right? What is this? Ralph Kitty? Through his explanation, I learned the real price. I had no idea you were so rich that you could afford such expensive clothes. He casually spun his pen. This is nothing. Believe it or not, my monthly allowance could buy everyone in our class a Ralph Lauren outfit. I got so excited I shouted, classmates, great news. Jake is going to buy each of us a Ralph Lauren shirt. The classroom was silent for 2 seconds, then exploded. Jake's pen dropped to the floor with a click. He looked at me, opened his mouth, and finally covered his face with both hands, crying tears of joy in the deafening cheers. The next day, I got another new desk mate. My third desk mate was the school bully, Ryan. Rumor said he could beat up half the basketball team alone, and the scar on his right eyebrow was like a badge of honor. When I walked over with my backpack, he was lying on his desk sleeping. His arm muscles were defined, and the wounds on his hands looked fresh. I pulled out my chair. So noisy. He suddenly sat up. Which idiot is looking for trouble? Emma, I don't know why. When he saw my face, he suddenly became shy. You, sitting next to me, doesn't it feel stressful? Why? I looked confused. My previous desk mates had better grades and were better looking than you, but I got along great with them. Why would you worry about that? Don't worry about it. Ryan stared at me for a long time, then suddenly laughed. That really hit the spot. Ryan looked fierce but was actually okay. I fell asleep in class. When I woke up, I heard Ryan ask me in a dark tone, had enough sleep? He pulled his arm away. My head dropped onto the desk with a thud. It bounced twice. Oh, I had accidentally been sleeping on his arm. Just as I was about to apologize, I heard Ryan say through gritted teeth, my arm must be so hard to sleep on. Huh? Why don't you just sleep on my shoulder instead? I was so touched. Later when I got sleepy in class, I just leaned on his shoulder and slept through the whole period. Thanks. You're such a good person. His mouth twitched as he said something in his dialect that I couldn't understand. Treasure dragon. I asked him what that word meant. He smiled mischievously.